In this video, we will have the implementation of the add employee. We will have the input field and we will manage the state. Okay, so let's start with the container, with the bootstrap class name of container empty4. Okay, so we added empty4 so that we can have a space above our container. Okay, so and then the next thing, we need another div which will align our container. So we will align our form, so we will have a class name so of call md6 offset md3. So we need a cut. We'll define all the implementation inside the cut. So we need a class name called cut, and as well we need a cut header and a cut body. So let's have a class name called this cut body, and we also need a cut header. So let's define this. It is above div with the class name will be cut header. So let's define what we need in the cut header. So it is a h4 element with the name register employee. Okay, and we need to align these to center. So we use the class name and then have text center. Okay, let's save the changes and see what we have. Okay, you see what we have: registered employee. So here is the body. So let's go and continue. We'll need the input field here inside the card body. So the input field will be defined within the form. So let's have a form, and we'll start with the div first for the first name. Okay, and the class for this, let's have a class name form group followed by mb then 3, like this. Okay, and we will have the label. So we will have a label, and with this label we will have a for his first name. Okay, and in this we'll set we need a first name. Okay, now is the turn for the input element. Okay, let's have input. Okay, so let's define some properties for this. Okay, the first thing is type. The type is text, then followed by the class name, and the class name is form control. So followed by then it's required. So we have a required. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and let's save the changes and see. Okay, so you see we have the first name. Okay, we will duplicate this and change for the last name and the email. So it started from here. Let's have a space, and we need a space again, then put for the last name. last name. So we'll change this to last name. So we need the ID. Here I forgot to add the ID, same as the first name. The first name. Okay, so let's duplicate these changes here so that to avoid. Okay, and we just need to change this last name to match what we have. So let's save again and see we have the last name. Okay, and let's go back to duplicate this for the email. So we need email, and this will change to email. Then we need email again here, email, and all of them is the text of type text. So let's change this like this, it look better. Tap, and then so it's okay. So let's see, we have first name, last name, and then email. So what we'll add next is that we need a button. So let's go and add the button. So scroll down below this, we need the button. So this button will be of a class name btn, btn again success. So and we call this submit, and let's define the type of this, it's submit. So let's see again what we have. You see we added the submit. Okay, and let's go and add another button. So the button that we will add now is for cancel. So in case if you want to cancel to navigate back, so we need a button again. So and we call this cancel. So for this, and we need to have the type for the cancel, submit, which is not necessary, and we also need a class btn. We call this danger, we want it to be in a red. So let's save these changes and go to the browser. You see, so we need to add some space here. Okay, so for this space, let's have a style within this style. Inside this we need margin left to like 10. Let's add it 10 and see. Okay, so now it's nice, and let's go back. So we want that if we click on the cancel, it takes us back to the list of employees. Okay, so let's define this function and call it cancel. But before then, we need to import the use navigate. So and we define the navigate like this, navigate equal to use navigate. Okay, so and the function we need to define here is, we call this cancel. Okay, so we need to navigate back to the part, this part like this. Okay, so now let's save the changes and check if it works as needed. So there is something I forgot here. Okay, and we need to add the on click for this, and this supposed to be a const. Sorry, const. So let's add the on click on this button, on click. So we'll have the cancel here. Okay, so it's fine now, and we'll save the changes and test. So here it is. Let's try this. It takes us to the add register employee. It takes us back when we cancel. Okay, now the next thing we will do is we will define how we manage the state. Okay, let's go back and manage the state. So we will define a state, and we will use the use state. Let's import it. Import use state. Okay, from React. Then let's define it in the top like this. So we need a const. We have a state and set state equal to, we need this use state. So within this we'll define the first name, last name, and the email. Okay, so we need a first name. We set this to empty, and last name. We will later update our state using the set state. Okay, followed by the email. So this is how we manage this thing. Okay, so we need to add the function that will manage the first name, the last name, and the email. So let's start defining those functions below here. Okay, so we will need a const and call this handle first name. Okay, and equal to event. So we will define this. We need to get the value that is submitted, or the value that changed in the input. We call this value, we use the event dot, then we have the target dot value. Okay, so we get the value. Now we will set the value. So we'll use the set state. Inside the set state, we need the order, and then followed by the first name and the value of the first name. Okay, it's as simple as this. So let's duplicate this and just have some little changes. So for the first name, so we need this again. For the last name, let's change this to last name, and we need to change this to last name. So let's duplicate this and have change for the email, handle email. So we get the value and then set this for the email. Okay, So and this is what we're going to do. So the next thing we will do, we will pass this to the input field. So we'll start with the input first name. We have on change, then we'll pass the handle first name. Let's go to the second one, which is last name. We need on change, and we'll have handle last name. Let's go to the next, and on it on change, we'll have handle email. Okay, that is nice. And the next thing we'll have the submit, the handle submit. Okay, so for the handle submit, let's define it below here. So call this const handle submit event and call to this too. So we need this event dot prevent default. Okay, so let's start defining the what we need here. So we need to dispatch the @employee action. Okay, so let's import the @employee action. Import @employee action. So we need to dispatch the state. Okay, @employee action. We'll start with the dispatch, so we need to import with the dispatch as well. Import use dispatch. So and we need to define a const, call this dispatch equal to use dispatch. So we use this to dispatch action to reducer. Okay, so let's have dispatch followed by the action that we want to dispatch @employee action. Then what we pass here is a state, that is the current state. And the next thing we will do is we'll set all these values to empty after submitting so that we will know. So let's go to the @employee. When we add this and submit it, it will empty the field. So let's add this logic. So we set this to empty using the set. So let's just copy the empty values that we have here and add it for the first name and the last name. After submitting, we need to navigate again. So we need to navigate back to the list of the employee. So this is what we need here, and there is something we need to handle, that is when we have this, we will wait for it to finish, otherwise we will end up, when it is not finished, we will end up navigating to the list of employee component, and by the time the operation did not finish, we did not see the employee that we add. So we need to add async. So let's have this too. It will be better like this. Then we need to have await to this. Okay, So this will wait until the operation finish and then navigate. Okay, so we finish having this implementation, but the only thing we need to add the onSubmit function to the form. So where is the form? Here it is. You can see it here on submit. We need to call this handle submit. So let's save the changes. To make sure you save all the changes, we will just go to this here and you can see save all. So this is what we have. Now the next thing we will do, we will test our implementation. So let's go to, so I will add another user and the name of this user Adam. Let's set hi down and we name this Adam hi @gmail.com. So this is just email I imagine for the Adam Haidar, not a real email. So let's submit this. So you see it submitted and it take us back to the list of employee, and here we have Adam Haidar added. Okay, so this is the implementation of the add employee component. See you in the next video.